Hey guys, today we're going to be doing a South Park Season 1 review. This was the pilot episode. Now, there is something I really like about it. I don't know, it's just that the old choppy animation and the way the characters are just made out of construction paper. And also I really like the jokes and stuff, even though representative of the title. So yeah, it's a pretty decent episode. I give it a 9 out of 10. This episode, Weight Game 4000, is by far my favorite. So it's got good characters, such a good storyline. It's about Mr. Garrison, Kathy Lee Gifford. I don't know who the hell she is, but anyway, she's apparently some celebrity or whatever. I don't know. And it's got Kenny's desk. Kyle screaming, "Oh my God, they killed Kenny!" And then you got Cartman being Cartman. So yeah, I give this episode an overall rating of 10 out of 10, and this is also my favorite episode, by the way. Volcano was a pretty decent episode. It had Scuzzlebutts, which is a monster made out of celery for one arm, and Patrick Duffy for a leg, which I actually found pretty hilarious. And it's also the debut of Ned, Jumbo's hunting buddy, friend, I don't know. And this is also a pretty decent episode. It's also Randy's first appearance. And another thing that's good about the episode is, Stan's jealousy. He gets jealous when Jumbo makes Kenny the honorary nephew. It's actually pretty funny. And I love the part where Stan says, I'm a little dirty. So yeah, it's a pretty funny episode. I give it at least a decent 7 out of 10. I honestly really hate this episode. I mean, it was the first episode to have 2 plots. The first plot was Stan's gay dog, and the second plot was South Park football game against Middletown. It's a pretty mediocre episode. I actually really don't like this one. So I am going to be giving it around a 5 out of 10. Now, this episode was really actually good in my opinion. It's also Shelly's debut, and I think also Sharon's. Yeah, it's honestly actually a pretty well done episode. By the way, there's a deleted scene found on the internet which will go on right now. Yeah, that's the deleted scene. That's right, a sister burning her younger brother because her parents aren't home, and just pouring water and repeating the process over. Apparently the scene was deleted because of this thing that went on with Beavis and Butthead where some children like some kid burns his house or something. I don't know. But honestly, it would have been really fitting for the episode. I give this episode an 8 out of 10. Death was actually a pretty funny one in my opinion. The A plot is Stan's grandpa heavily wanting to kill himself. He goes to many attempts, he tries to get Stan to put a fork in the outlet and many other things. He tries to shoot and stuff, and then all of a sudden Death appears, but then he kills Kenny, obviously, pretty funny joke. And then all of a sudden, the episode just went on from there. It's a pretty decent episode. I give it a decent, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Pink Eye was the first Halloween special, which was actually pretty funny, Cartman dressing up as Hitler, Chef dressing up as Evel Knievel, Confused as Elvis, and then Stan dressed up like Raggedy Andy, thinking that him and Wendy were going to dress up as Raggedy Ann and Andy, but then Wendy dresses up as Chewbacca like everyone else and wins some candy, but then she ends up giving it to hungry children in Nairobi. It's actually a really funny episode. And it's also one of the well-known ones, actually. It's actually really funny. I do recommend watching this episode, so I will definitely give it a 10 out of 10. I freaking loved Starvin' Marvin. It was actually the first Thanksgiving special, and it was really funny. Tanko Sports Wash, Sally Struthers, Starvin' Marvin, all the elements to make a perfect South Park episode, including the fact that in Ethiopia, Cartman was literally wearing his jacket out in the hot sun. Hot sun. He didn't even bother taking it off, which is actually pretty funny. So yeah, it actually was a pretty hilarious episode, and it's also my mother's favorite episode, so I'm giving this one a 9 out of 10. Mr. Hanky the Christmas Tree was actually a really decent one in my opinion. It was also the first episode to feature Kyle's mom's song. I believe, in my opinion, Kyle's mom is the earliest Karen in history. I don't care what anyone says. Now, Mr. Hanky the Christmas Pooh is a poo that comes out on Christmas and stuff. Now, this episode was actually pretty, decent, so I'll give it a 6 out of 10. I don't need to explain Damien. 10 out of 10. This episode is amazing. Damien was such a pretty cool character. They actually need to bring him back. Cartman being himself. Stan and Kyle want to see the fight between good and evil. Damien was just there. Pip gets his butt kicked by Damien. And Kenny is turned into a duckbill platypus until he's killed by Jimbo at the fight between good and evil. 10 out of 10 episode. Tom's Rhino Placey was hilarious. Mr. Garrison gets a nose job to make him look like David Hasselhoff and stuff. And when he gets so jealous of the substitute Miss Ellen while he's gone, that she literally sends her to the sun and explodes her. I'd say around a 6 out of 10. Mega Streisand was actually one of my favorites, even though by Barbara Streisand's meanings, she absolutely hated that episode. And it's actually a really funny episode. Barbara Streisand, The Boys, and by far one of the funniest Kenny deaths I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh my god! They killed Kenny!
10 out of 10 episode.
Sup, homies? Cartman? I was just down in the SPC kicking it with some G's on the west side.
That West Side thing is the best thing about the whole episode. Cartman wants to know what his dad is, who his dad is. The episode ends on a cliffhanger, and then that's it. Yeah, beautiful. That episode has like no meaning. I hate that episode. 1 out of 10. So yeah, that's my ranking of South Park Season 1. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe and tell me down in the comments if I should do Season 2. And yeah, that's the end of the video. Bye.